now hopefully we're functioning. Alright, we're gonna have to fix everything here. I just changed my whole system this month, so we've got some stuff to get used to. I wonder if that McCook storm is just gonna be it though. I really don't want it to be. Hello everybody. I really want it to be this Imperial storm. That McCook one looks really nice though, and I'm really considering just diving back that way to McCook. Like we're 40 minutes from McCook. We do have this little guy trying to form here. And then there's another storm like way further northwest. So I think it's probably in order. It's probably number one, that McCook storm. Number one's probably that McCook storm. Number two is probably this storm here. Near Imperial, and then number three is probably that storm northwest, if I had to rank them for tornado likelihood. So sorry guys, my stream's details should be updated. They need to make an easier way for me to change the thumbnail on my phone, because I can't even do it on my phone. So hopefully everybody's doing well. It's been a long time. It's been a long time, chat. Hello, Grifter. It seems like my overlays are all broken. So the only one that's even working is the that other one. I need to fix the let's just go to McCook, I think. I think we're just going to go to McCook here, chat. This storm will be close enough for us to get back on it if we ever really want to. It's much easier to get west than it will be to get east. So hopefully everything's now functioning correctly. We're going to turn east here, kind of driving in circles today. It's just one of those chase days where things got really messy off the bat. Really strong winds here. Flowing into the storm, that's kind of a good sign, I think. A little high base supercell behind us, chat. Hello, Grifter, it's good to see you. Good to see you too, Noodles. Love an update on the new puppy. New puppy's doing good. He's up to, I think, like 30 pounds now, about 4 months old. She's doing really well. She's a disaster though, and she's a troublemaker, so we have to keep a close eye on her. And she's doing pretty well. All the dogs are doing pretty good. We had Ranger fixed back in August, so yeah, the dogs are doing good. Our chickens finally started laying eggs, so we've got our first couple eggs. So Maddie's pretty excited about that. that overlay. I need to move that compass. It has been a long time, guys. It's been a long time. Like seeing all these other storms out ahead like this, guys. I think it's definitely going to be problematic. There is that tornado warning supercell near McCook. We'll maintain a good view of this imperial storm. But McCook's really the only tornado warned one so far. I don't know if it's confirmed or not. Still radar indicated. Yeah, but that's definitely the strongest storm right now, is that one you can see on the southeast corner of the radar near McCook. Area has been really nice to us this year for photogenic tornadoes. So, got the new overlays in. These look pretty nice. We do need to fix that compass though. I need to move that. Really put it on the radar actually, or next to the radar, because it's kind of hidden behind the thing. Hey Nat, how are you doing? Doing pretty good. It's been a long time since we streamed. It's been over a month. I think our last stream was that beautiful cell that came out of Lyman, Colorado in early August. So it's been a long time. I've gone out and I haven't had many chases though. And sure enough, I had a friend visiting in this weekend, so I didn't chase Utah, and I did not chase North Dakota. So a bit unfortunate, but. I'm just wondering what's wrong over here. We do have these other two cells trying to merge in here. We're probably going to slide north. It's kind of an interesting kind of thing because the models weren't really firing much here for another couple hours. So the storm just went up really early and with a lot of them. So we can blame the models today, I think. Ingesting some really crappy air here. We're just gonna go north and then head to McCook, I think. We're probably gonna have to deal with some hail, guys. Sorry, I still don't have Starlink installed. My girlfriend's got into a small little accident this month, and her old car was totaled, so we had to get her a new car. So I haven't had the time to take this guy in, so I'm hoping to do that. Gee, when things quiet down, I don't want to be without the car while, this stuff's happening, so. God, forming chat just right there. Not sure what that's about. Some low scud forming out ahead. we would want to see if we're chasing that storm is to see that scud connect, but it's just kind of forming underneath the base, which is probably not a good sign. Like if it just sits beneath the base without connecting, probably not good. And that's a lot of scud just off to our west. You can see those low clouds in front of the storm. Not usually a good sign when they're that close. There is another updraft that looks like it's tucked way back there. Kind of that little gray silhouette in the background, but that doesn't look too bad either. But I think we're still gonna play McCook for now, just with how many storms are going up to the west. So that is kind of the game plan for now. Let's get this fixed up here. That's kind of the game plan. We do have 2 cells that are about to impact us here. McCook's tornado warned, but still, the storm really doesn't look that impressive. It's still radar indicated tornado warning. Yeah, I don't like all that low scud out ahead of this storm, so I think we're just gonna go west east, and hope that everything works out. You can see these low clouds right there. Not usually a good sign when you start getting that beneath your updraft. It means there's cold air underneath your storm and your storm's not pulling it in at all. So I think we're just gonna move on here. Hopefully this McCook storm gets it done, because that's really the only shot we have now, it seems like. I really thought that this stuff over here would consolidate and that we would just get one big storm, but it really seems like it's just all struggling. Kind of got a big line. So McCook is kind of the last shot here. Everywhere else it's too dry. I think we're really close to the Little Grand Canyon. Alright, we are about a mile from going southeast here towards McCook. We'll approach a storm from the west. So you guys like the new overlays. I think it's a little bit of a visual upgrade, that's for sure. We just need to get some of the tech down now, and also put a more interesting thumbnail so that we actually can click through, but can't really do that when I'm driving. Yeah, that outbreak broke records, 17 tornadoes from South Dakota border to Canada. Near our tiny town of Ray. No damage, the land feels beautiful to watch. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, those ones were, the first couple were kind of ugly, and then so I didn't feel too bad, but those last couple I was like, man, I really wish that I was up there, because I had to take my friend to the airport the next morning, so I could not make it up there in time. Yeah, this thing's doing the thing where the updraft is just washed. Unless it pulls everything in and we just merge. That's kind of what we want today, is we want everything to merge together quickly and not give us just too many storms. But it seems like there's too many strong updrafts due to a weak cap. So kind of a problem there for tornadoes. I don't think we're going to get the right kind of storm here. So McCook is kind of that last shot, so unless one of these merges in successfully, but we'll see, chat. We'll see. It has been a long time. I'm kind of getting back in the groove of it here. Yeah, it's kind of interesting how many storms formed on a day where the models weren't firing too much on this southern target. I don't think McCook is a tornado producer. It just looks like a big hailer. Hopefully it's pretty though. I'll take it if it's pretty. gonna head southeast here through southwest Nebraska. Through southwest Nebraska.
Up the hail on that McCook cell.
really the only storm right now. We are approaching it fast though. It's off there in the distance, straight ahead, those dark skies. We're about, how far are we? It's just sitting over McCook. We're about 35 minutes out from downtown McCook. Might go through the hail, might not, who knows, we'll see. I think we probably will. I mean, the car's beat up enough, doesn't really matter. Approaching this pretty quickly. Oh, big bolts. Big bolts everywhere, chat. Hey, Mark, how are you doing? Sorry, y'all. The stream's been in and out. I still don't have Starlink up, but we're going to make some improvements this off-season and get this thing as stable as we can get it. But for now, you're just going to have to deal with the worst connection. So, also the fact that my windshield's still cracked like months later. Approaching this tornado-worn cell here very quickly. I love how the 18Z NATO cast came out and it's just already wrong. Kind of funny. But a lot of the models didn't show convection blowing up down here until much later, and it had a much different evolution. So I think that's part of the reason why that model's running hot. But really the only cell that's got a shot is this McCook one. So we're going to floor it down here. We'll have a couple showers and thunderstorms in between us and it. Everything to the northwest is lining out really quickly. Move that compass over. That compass being hidden behind the live viewer thing is really bothering me. We finally got like a way so you guys can see which way I'm going. I added a route tracker on this, but I don't think it's even working. But this is a fully custom radar, so to this tornado-worn cell near the town of McCook. Actually, I was just in McCook on Saturday or on Sunday, so just coming back, I guess. Southeast here, chat, approaching this tornado-warned storm. I am not sold on our photogenic tornado prospects. I think if there is a tornado, it's probably going to be rain wrap. We're going to go into structure chaser mode and we're going to back off. We are in the town of Palisade, Nebraska right now, cruising southwest on US Highway 6. I like Nebraska quite a bit, Chad. I really do. Big Nebraska guy. A lot of my best tornadoes and some of my best chases have been in this state. Texas has got them, but got a lot too. But Nebraska's got the highest percentage success rate with the most. You know, my highest success rate's like probably North Dakota or South Dakota, just because I'm not up there too often. But whenever I am, it seems to go. So we just gotta keep cruising. We just gotta keep cruising. We gotta lock in, and just maybe we can find something. Maybe we can't. Get lots of bolts though. A bit more for you guys there. And you can see our route so far on this. Locked in here, approaching this Supercell. big hail reported with this storm. 2.7. This storm should be really pretty once we can get on the correct side. Don't like those little lowerings. South. We could go around, but I don't really want to do that. Although it's probably going to cost me this windshield completely. See kind of the southern flank of this updraft right there on the left. We are screaming through that now, chat. We're about to head now a little bit more easterly towards McCook, and then we'll drop south. Gets kind of tough because there is that river just south of US 6 and US 34 there, where there really aren't too many roads that come back north. So there is a grid there, but there's not a ton of roads. It's also a little bit hilly. So we're just gonna see. We're just gonna hope we can get into a good spot. Hope this thing's photogenic. I think our tornado threat's probably about done. I think this thing's just in an air that's too dry. So we're just gonna swing around and then hope we can get some structure. I think tornadoes, we might get something in a bit, but for now, we're just getting too many storms initiating on this little boundary here. So I think that it's mainly going to be a structure show, unless something goofy happens. You know, as long as you're on a surface-based supercell, I mean, you can never really count out a tornado. So we're not going to do that, but we're going to probably focus on other things for the remainder here of this chase. Unless things really take a turn and it all of a sudden really looks like it's going to be a nasty tornado producer. Big wet RFD look in this thing. really don't want to risk taking any dirt roads. They're probably all just flooded out at this point. Or at least super muddy. Can't decide if I want to go south and around to or not. I have to make that decision very fast. I kind of just want to go around. All right, we're gonna chicken out. We're gonna go around. We're gonna go around. I'm not gonna do the hail. I think. I don't think that's gonna be worth it. If there's a tornado back there, I would go, but I don't think that there is. So we're just gonna play this like a structure storm and just hope that we can get on it in time. There are some good options down south here. So we'll just see. Rather skirt on the southern flank of this RFD anyway. I really don't want to drive through the hail core, especially the fact I still need new brake pads and everything. So I think we're just gonna play this safe and not worry about the 3-inch hail being reported. Just wondering where the structure is going to come from. There are a lot of mid-level clouds. Maybe if we had a more dry profile on the mid-levels, it would have helped, but seems like the story of today is too many storms on this little wind shift. I don't even know what to call it, because north of it it's way more moist, but it's hotter south, so I guess like I don't even know what to call it. It's not a dry line. Some kind of differential heating boundary, I suppose. Alrighty. It is just sitting there, so we're gonna get around it pretty fast. The only way I'm gonna feel like an idiot is if it starts jumping north and it's like, well, I could have just gone east, but I think it's just gonna sit here. It should be really pretty. Just there's all these mid-level clouds in the way, which I wish would just kind of vanish, but that's one of the things with having no dry or with minimal cap. Going this way. Lapse is not a fan of my route. This storm's finally starting to move. once we get further east here, the road network opens up, but we have to go 7 miles south first. About 21 miles away from where we need to be. Just hoping for something pretty. just a little hazy from this far south, like 2 miles north. It was much more defined, but we're gonna get there over time anyway. So I forgot how windy this road is. It's been a couple years since I've been on this road. But I think actually the last time I did this was September 2023. Literally on this road south of McCook. We need to lock in and catch up because it's finally starting to move. Of course it moves right when we get south. No storms out in front. If we just don't get any more mergers, I think this thing should clear out a little bit. Unless we need mergers to keep this storm alive, it's just, we don't really know. But if we stop with the mergers and this storm dies, I don't want that to happen. I'd rather get a million mergers. But if this mergers stop and this thing becomes a little less rain wrapped, I think that's a big plus. Tornadoes in this part of the target area. I was hoping for things to maybe be a little like a county north, but relative to the picture, but it's kind of right on that gradient, which it always is. So we are gonna navigate these roads. We got 1.2 miles left on this guy. And we take miles, we take this turn here, we just kind of go with the road. And then this will take us back up to a highway. Looks like it's getting kind of small. Is that a tornado or is that a gustnado? Hey, we might have a weak tornado. I can't tell if it's dust or what. Just had a dirt explosion. Underneath the western edge of the updraft. Kind of like what you'd expect for an anticyclonic tornado, but once we go this way. In terms of quality, pretty fast. Got it. Until we're even with it. About 8 miles till we're even. Although it's starting to move a little bit, so it's probably gonna be a little more than just 8 miles, but there is the storm right now. Definitely high off the ground. Probably not gonna be a nice tornado producer, just hoping for some good structure. Well, at least it's not a total bust today. We do have some nice structure. Well, it's minimum maintenance. They have a lot of these random maintenance codes. Up here on the back side here, I thought it was dust for a second. Just scud. Really want to get even with this guy really fast as we can. It might be weakening. It seems to just be getting a better shape to it. Certainly take advantage of. Excuse me. not too late. We might be like 30 minutes too late for peak structure, especially with southern extent. We look to be weakening, not quite as solid. Oh, on the northern flank though, things aren't quite as bad. Definitely getting tinier though. Very funny that this is how today's worked out. Guys. Starting to get a lowering up there on that leading edge. Kind of curious. Tornadic in nature, it seems almost like an outflow feature. This little lowering up there. Very pretty. I want to keep going though because I kind of want to see what it looks like when you get east of this kind of mid-level cloud band thing. So I think we'll go east another 2 miles, south 2 miles, and then east another 2 miles at minimum to get a better handle on what this thing looks like. Unless it is literally producing a tornado right now, which radar says is not likely, but never really know. Yeah, it doesn't really look like it. It's kind of got that like leading edge look where it's like where you'd expect a wall cloud, but all that is just stable air racing away from the cold hail core and RFD. So we're gonna go 2 miles here. Almost done with 1 mile. It might even just be fine just to go north a little bit, go east and then north. I think that gives us what we want too. Up here. definitely a ton of motion now. It just looks all outflow oriented. My gut tells me let's go northeast. I just don't like how much it's fallen apart on that southern flank. Not inspiring much confidence. Wish it could stay solid there. I mean, I guess it's getting smaller, but I wish the lip of the updraft would be a little more defined. It's starting to get a little wavy. But these things can change fast. This is definitely an outflow feature. With this cold air coming off of our storm. And what looks like a little wall cloud, but it's really not going to be tornadic because it's too cold. I do want to get further east because I think that east is going to be the shot. Go another mile, and there's a road that just kind of parallels it for a while. We do have this little lowering here, kind of a ragged type wall cloud with no obvious rotation. If it is rotating, it's very weak, but that motion's most likely due to the cold air racing away from our cold thunderstorm. Just looks really, really high base. Too high base to produce. I just want it to survive for another little bit so I can get in about 2 miles in front. Not what I would peg for a tornado producer. But we're gonna take a right up here and then we're gonna get ahead because there's that little, you guys can kind of see that there's that little, there's the lower part of the storm and then there's that kind of more mid-level band that kind of juts out a little more, and I want to get around that and see what the storm looks like after. There's somebody flying up this road. It's cool, we got a stop sign. Just go behind them. Just wanted to survive another 5-10 minutes. I don't know who that is. I don't even know if that's a chaser or not. So we've got a handful of miles here. But this is a road we're going to be on for a while, probably about three-ish miles if I had to guess. I was going to go further south, but I don't really think. Seems to be re-widening and widening. really isn't much going on in the east and northeast. It seems like it seems like it's going to be one of those storms where the hook starts leading, kind of pushing out. This. Do they have one further up? I want one like right up at the top. I think they do. I think this is good right here. Yeah, very pretty storm. Very, very pretty Supercell here, chat. Not top tier, but definitely very beautiful. gonna go wide angle here, guys. Not a tornado, but I'll take it for September, especially. Been a pretty good September. It's just I missed the 3 really good days. See that little lowering racing away from the storm there? That's not a wall cloud, that's just cold air racing away. I think I want to go down a little further again. We seem to be undergoing some shrinking right now, which is probably a good thing. But I wish that we could have got on it when it had its real HP structure. Hopefully it'll survive this transition. Sometimes there's kind of 2 ways that things can go. Sometimes you frequently see storms shrinking because they're weakening, but sometimes they just reorganize. I actually think that I might be able to like recreate one of my shots from 2023, and I might do that. It was September 21st, I think. Yeah, where was this at? I legitimately think I got this photo like right up here with this robe. It's definitely losing a lot of its little lower yourself from the hill above town over there. about this from this on this hill. Some of this is okay. Some like those cells in northern Kansas. There's so many abandoned buildings here. Like, I think I've seen more abandoned buildings in this town than I have like ones that are actually occupied. Man, there's like nowhere to pull off. We'll go to the top of this hill and then we'll flip. Go to the top of the hill and then flip. Block us because it's too steep. That's fine. We will flip here. Is it looking more interesting now? Not really. It looks like it's really starting to weaken. Really looks like it's starting to weaken here, chat. Kind of like this shot right here. Gonna find a spot to pull over here. What a weird day. Another weird day. Star's just getting nondescript. This thing is not what it was. Not what it was. Not what it was. Definitely dying. Yeah, this thing is dying really fast. It's getting smooth. There's another updraft to the south. We really need to merge again. Echoes are still high. It just looks very like wavy and non-tornadic. That smooth texture usually means it's about done for tours. Echoes are still really tall as of 5 minutes ago though. 52,000 feet. This thing continues to shrink. Glad we're getting a time lapse of it, but hello. Oh, no, I'm good. I'm chasing. All right. I appreciate it. We need a merger really bad because this thing's done. Echo top should fall off a cliff on this next scan. Probably 45, 46,000 feet. It's just really sat over McCook for multiple hours. This thing's done. Big bolt. I'm surprised there's anything. I'm surprised it looks as good on radar as it does, if I'm being honest. Because like there's really nothing to look at here in person. It's really shrinking. How are we getting rain here? All right, I'm gonna go get the time-lapse camera. Go time stayed high somehow. I don't know what is happening. It's definitely weakening. It's all that's left of it. A couple other updrafts forming to the south. I think it's about done though. Probably start heading home here shortly. Haven't looked at chat in a little bit. Good to be back though. It's good to be back. Yeah, I think that this is just done. Like this little tiny thing. You guys like the little route map thing I did? Yeah, we've certainly had a day. It says we're going southeast, but we're actually looking northwest. I don't know why it says southeast. Probably because that's the way I walked back to my car. But that's all that's left of this Supercell here. This thing sat over McCook for what, 3 hours? Producing large hail and damaging flash floods. I don't think that there's going to be anything else that we see today. want my radar to update because I want to see if there's anything else developing that's going to be worthwhile, but I just don't think that there is. I can't believe that this dude has as strong of a radar presentation as it does. What can we go after next? I mean, there's a cluster down south. Doesn't look too interesting though. They do have a mesoscale discussion out, it looks like. See if I can find it. Watching this little guy fade off over here. Okay, they're looking for convective development out west. So we're gonna stay on and we're just gonna go west. We're just gonna go west, head towards home. But they are monitoring down towards Akron. I think we can just go straight there, can't we? Yeah, we'll just go. Head towards Akron, Colorado. That's a ways away, but we probably should have left. No biggie, but I'm gonna keep you guys on just in case because I think this storm's done. I don't think anything that forms around here is gonna have the juice that it needs to really get going again. So we're just gonna go west towards home for now. And I really feel like that Akron should be much closer than it is. It really doesn't feel like it should be 3 hours away from here. Yeah, I wish if there was a road that like went through the bottom, it'd be closer to like 2. But we have to go like up north to McCook and then back southwest. Kinda hungry, chat. Kinda hungry. I mean, even something. We'll just stay on for a little bit. think there's anything worth going after anymore. I'm still shocked about that. Coffee or something. Maybe if the scooters isn't closed, we'll go grab a coffee. Insane how many extra storms we got. Up here in a mile, we're going to start heading north. Man, chat. Sigma. What is this? Just got plant flying around. This dude in front of us. Alright, well, it doesn't really matter. Either way, we're gonna go north here. Seems like this stuff's about done. I do want to keep you guys on just in case we get something on that boundary as we're driving home. It's 6:02 p.m. so sunset in my house is about what, 2 hours away? Like 5 hours from home? Probably more like 4 hours. Probably more like 4 hours because I think Akron's about an hour and a half from my house. So we're just gonna lock in, I think, for a little bit on this drive. Maybe we can get something interesting on the way home. And, once I get better service, I'll pull up chat. Excuse me. I have to lock in and I have to work. It was nice to get back out on a real Supercell. To get gas. we're probably gonna head home. But just in case, we'll stay on for a little bit longer. I just don't see anything that looks too convincing over here, and then further west is really far. Also, I have a good enough service to talk to you guys, but not a good enough service to open a radar. I keep just initiating a bunch of new stuff. Yeah, I think it's done. Got a long drive back home in the rain. I'm curious to see what McCook looks like after the Supercell literally just sat over it for multiple hours. So we're gonna go investigate McCook. I mean, this storm just now left McCook around 5:51 p.m. Central Daylight Time, and it really formed over McCook at what time? Like it sat over McCook for hours. Yeah, it was over McCook about 3:50, so about 2 hours. A big bolt there in front of us. We're gonna go investigate the town of McCook, see what's going on. There is another little mini supercell, elevated mini supercell type thingy trying to form overhead, but it's gonna die like immediately, so don't really care about it. A lot of bolts from it though. A lot of bolts, chat. No tornado supernova. I don't think there were any tornadoes reported today other than that one in eastern Colorado here. Why am I blanking on the name? Cheyenne Wells. A couple weak tornadoes over there, but this was mostly a damaging hail, wind, and flooding threat for the town of McCook, Nebraska, which we're going to go check out here. I'm seeing reports of extreme hail damage in McCook, which makes sense. They had a storm producing 2.5-inch hail sit over it for 3 hours, so devastating hailstorm. If your car's outside, it probably was totaled if it was in McCook. Also, flash flood warning that we are just now entering. Seems interesting though that my alert system is not quite working. You can see that little orange trail there on the radar is our path that we've taken. It's a cool little thing that I decided to add so you guys can kind of track where we've been. Zoom in a little more for you. This is where the southern flank of the storm was. The hail's probably all melted, but this was definitely an extreme weather event for the city of McCook. We're going to go investigate. Hopefully it's not too bad, but I saw like one photo of a car. It's just totaled from hail. I mean, my car's totaled from hail, and that one looked like a million times worse. Looked a million times worse. That's McCook over that hill there. Seems like traffic's getting through. I feel like it would be on the north side of McCook that's the worst. A lot of people leaving McCook. Gray skies as we approach town here. Really wondering what everything's going to look like. I mean, there's hail falling right now. It's really small. We do have some small pea-sized hail falling. Got some light flooding on that field. Seems like it's mostly in the ditch, but a little bit has maybe got to the corn. Hopefully the crops are okay. There's a lot of corn here and it does not look so hot. Oh man. We have flooded streets here. Some of these side roads flooded. We got trash cans and ditches. Getting some small hail at the moment. This road is almost flooded. There's a lot of standing water on either side. Hail still. Not seeing too much damage yet, which is good. We are accidentally intercepting some hail right now. Guess this means no scooters. So yeah, it seems like a lot of that hail is on the northwest side of town, so we'll head over there and check it out. Coming through the south side now. Definitely a nasty event here. Like stationary supercells are no joke. There's a lot of leaf now. The park is flooded over here. That park is completely flooded. Seeing mostly intact windows, but a lot of down leaves, branches, all that stuff. Water covering a lot of the lots and lower road areas. Hopefully we can make it through town. Like, this is really bad flooding. McCook's probably not too used to getting all this standing water. I really want to go up to the hail section here. Seems like they still have power though, so that's a plus. I don't know how. Seems like we've got power. Is that a snowplow? They got snowplows out here for the hail, it looks like. Look at the snow plow coming around the turn there. Plowing the hail out of the way. All right. Look at all those large branches down, more hail. Still falling here in McCook. Getting to where all those big reports were at. Come on, let's go through. Still raining here, man. Look at all these freaking yellows. Should be where we're right where most of the big hail was reported early on. Mac and cheese is back. Wow. Town does not seem to be too terrible. Kind of surprised I haven't seen more damaged cars. Scooter still open, chat? Are we blessed? They're open. Scooters is open, I guess. Let's go north here and check it out. We'll come back in a minute because I don't think we're going to be on any more interesting storms today. Out and about now. The storm's kind of broken a little bit. Things don't seem too bad. I'm shocked that they've still managed to have power everywhere. Looks like they did close that Wendy's. falling yet again. Never stop hailing. Alright, not too bad. To be honest, for what was being reported, I was expecting much worse. Thankfully, it hasn't turned out that way. I just hope the crops are okay. Like, big hail can be absolutely devastating for crops, especially so close to harvest. Hopefully it's okay. Anything over this way, we're going to take this road here. Seeing too much damage. Like, there's certainly some trees and stuff, but I haven't seen much else that really looks bad. Oh, there is a car with a cracked windshield over there. What a freaking storm, though. Insanely powerful supercell that just kind of sat over town for forever. Don't rear-end me, Dodge Stratus. It does seem like these people lost their back windshield. Yeah, some of these look fine. Some of the cars look like they got hit. Some of these look like they just got here. So another broken windshield. Leaves down everywhere. Look at the track. Got standing water on the track. Never seen that before. I mean, they had snow plows out for this hail. I think I've only seen that one other time, and that was in Kansas. Actually, similar area, just south of here near Goodland. I haven't seen too many busted cars though, so I think that it's good. I'm just kind of hoping the crop's okay. Okay. All right. Let's pack it up here. I'll go get a coffee because I am kind of low energy right now. Kind of low energy. Busted chase, take it out of you, I'll tell you. I guess it wasn't a complete bust, but it certainly was not what I was hoping for, so. Almost looks like another storm just to the west here, with a shelf cloud rolling in. Yeah, there's definitely another storm to the west now. How do I get into the scooters, man? Let's see if they're even open. I think they are. Like, their sign says open. Oh, shoot, you guys came unplugged. Sign's broken.
Thank you for choosing scooters. What can I get started for you?
Can I just get a medium blended mocha with no whip?
Okay, anything else for you?
Nope, that's all.
Perfect. You can go ahead and scoot around. Thank you.
Thank you. Go check out that shelf to the west once we're done here, guys. Doing good, how are you?
Doing pretty good. It was $6.56.
Alrighty. All right, thank you so much.
Okay, there you are.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, have a good day.
You too. All right, y'all. We might gas up here too. We might gas up. About a quarter of a tank. I think we will, because that'll get me all the way home. If I fill up here. One tank, not even like 3/4 of a tank got me here, so. Just fill up here. Somehow a fly got in here once again. All right, I'll be right back, y'all. All right, guys, we have another shelf cloud approaching from the west. We are gonna go that way. We're gonna have storms the whole drive back to Greeley, Colorado. So I need to lock in, chat. I need to lock in. I need to drop some more videos. I got one video in the works. It's about different types of tornadoes. Using my footage, so I'm pretty excited. I kind of want to do some of that slightly educational but still entertaining chase footage instead of just like, I want to have a good mix of content. I want to have like some good vlog days for some of the bigger tornado days, and then like, you know, maybe some educational stuff. So I've got a Wellfleet video coming, I've got a Gary video coming, just a little bit swamped at work with multiple games releasing and a big revamp on the big game, so kind of busy, but Here's this shelf coming in front of us, almost as pretty as the storm we had earlier, maybe even a little better if it was a little bit more consolidated. This little storm up to our west here. Why did it just Bluetooth you to my thing? It did. Sorry guys, I don't know why it just Bluetoothed you to my car. There we go. We've got this storm over here though. This storm here in front of us, yet another hailstorm here. You can see all the water just sitting off the road here, standing water in these very deep and wide ditches. Nice little storm here too. Definitely not going to be a tornado producer, but it's definitely pretty. Another storm just to the west of McCook. Man, this is not going to be a fun drive home. A lot of hail, a lot of rain. Leonardo, welcome in. Look at this thing. Pretty storms all day today, but no tornadoes. At least interesting ones. There was. Not upset by the tornado after missing it. It probably wasn't a good tornado. I do sometimes in the early season. I'll get mad about everything when I miss because it's just, you know. flash flood warnings are gonna kind of become the main thing here. Is that a funnel in front of us? Scud, but don't see much rotation though. So yeah, these things are probably not going to be tornado producers, unfortunately. Today's probably going to wind up as a bust for us. Unfortunately, McCook did. Issued another flash flood warning. I would love to get through. I don't know why we're going so slow. Is there a flood or something? Or big bolts, big bolts. I kind of just want to go home and play my Nintendo Switch, but I have to lock in and work when I get home. Why can't I be lazy, chat? Why can't I be lazy? This is a chaser right here. Is this Copic? No, I don't know who that is. I think that's... I don't know who that is. It might be Aaron Rigsby. Going slow because this guy in front of us has his hazards on. Alright, we're gonna punch through this, chat. We'll stay on for all this rain and stuff. We might run into some flash flooding. And the way home is gonna be just so annoying. No matter which way we go. God, I wanna just do north and get it over with. some weak rotation aloft. Right where we just went. There's no way this can produce a tornado. Big shelf to the southwest. I think we're gonna go that way. It's literally the same amount of time whether we go north or south. So we'll go south because some damage. We're gonna go around. Why is this no passing zone for so long? Approaching another supercell up here. Another little mini storm here. Man, I would kill for a good fall tornado. I'm worried I missed my shot. 2 good days, but I couldn't go either day. Another Supercell up here. This one looks a little more consolidated than the one before. It still looks pretty ragged though up there. Another Supercell right now. Definitely a lot lower to the ground. If we go a little forward here, you'll be able to see the stark contrast between this lower Supercell and then a Supercell that's much higher based. intercept another hail core here. For a minute. We're about to go head first into a hail core. I got a little bit of a hunch, and I want to just make sure that nothing's going to happen on the storm right behind this one. It's kind of on a boundary, just sitting there, so. Just want to make sure. Another flash flood warning was just issued. Oh. Oof. Weak broad rotation on this thing. But it is also just very outflow dominant. I don't think I've ever been here before. Nice little area though, good little place to sit and watch. Storms to the south, maybe even the west too. Does seem like this is mostly outflow. And my least favorite thing to do is drive south on a storm. Like this in this position, because it just gets it's so low contrast. It's not as bad right now, I think, since the sun's going down. I think we could have had a nice tornado today if we hadn't had so many storms. We just got too many. approaching some higher base cells down to the south, but basically taking a long detour. service is finally back. I think we're probably going to go ahead and call it here. I want to get home before 11, so I need to lock in and drive for like 4 hours. I took a longer way because I just didn't want to drive through the rain the whole way home. I think we're going to go ahead and wrap this thing up. Certainly an interesting chase day, but not much to see. After that first Supercell died, it's been kind of just messy rain. Of course, McCook got hit pretty hard. Nebraska. But we are heading south now. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this thing up, guys. Ooh. Oh. Thank y'all so much for joining me. Nice to be back. It's been a long time since we've streamed, so hopefully we can, get a couple severe events. I would have been out on that Utah stuff on Saturday and the stuff Sunday, but I was busy, so hopefully we'll get back into it here and see if we can capitalize on this year's fall severe weather season, which is actually doing pretty well for September. This is one of the better chasing Septembers that I can think of since I started. So yeah, that's all I've got. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will see you guys